Smoke screen is prime. I'm back. Hey, sorry about that, fam. I had to doggone dip and take care of some stuff real quick. That's why I had to cut that live feed real quick. But I really wanted to do that unboxing for the Thunder Tank. I had it for about 2 days now. But right now we're gonna do a little discussion. Right now, for the things that you may not have seen or had a question about that I may not have done. Um, we're gonna do a little Q&A if you have any questions. Right now, I'm giving you a real good size comparison. You have this 3D printed triple T for Sergeant Slaughter that was done by Casual the Toy Collector for me, and also you have the Slam Truck. That's not the exact name, but you know, it's all those vehicles from WWE that's called Slam this, Slam that, and I just call it Slam Truck because I can't remember what the name is. But I got this because I know we've all seen this vehicle in the stores, and I know that if you've seen this, you thought like I thought that this was a big vehicle, which it is because you know you could put WWE figures in here, and Slaughter is one of the largest Joes. Get him out of here real quick. One of the largest Joes. Move this gun out the way. And Slaughter can easily get in there with a whole lot more room. So if Slaughter, who's one of the bigger Joes, can get in there with a whole lot of room, look at how much head space there is, fam. And he looks like a little kid driving his dad's truck. But if Slaughter can get in there, then you know there's a lot of space for the other figures. And that just goes to show. I'm gonna move the triple T out of the way real quick. And just look. It wasn't exactly, but both of them together almost is equals to the length of the Thunder Tank. Now, if we pull this truck forward, look at that. And that's going up to the claws of the Thunder Tank. So the Thunder Tank is huge. It's absolutely ridiculously huge. It's not big, it's not large. This thing is huge. So let me slide this down a little bit. One little gripe I have so far is that in here they have these pegs, and they seem to be a little bit too big for Chitara to fit in, so I have to put her to the side. I haven't tried Tiger or anybody else, but a little big for her feet, for the holes in her feet. So that's one minor gripe, not that big a deal. It's not like I'm gonna be playing real rough with it, but as you can see, the picture is still a great picture, still a great look for Chitara. Oh, just in case you're wondering why my guitar looks a little different, I did a little bit of tweaking to her eyes. I just didn't like the way it looked, but along with some other things. But back to the Thunder Tank. Let's take a front look at the mouth. Opens up that much. Go inside so you can see. It opens pretty wide, fam. It opens pretty wide. Again, if you didn't catch it before, those are the portholes. And you just, hold on, let me go back over here, plug this in. So you just go right here, fam, and you just pop it up. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just slides on there nice. Let's go look at the other one. Basically the same thing, just giving them more security. As soon as I can line these holes up, right? There you go. So the holes are lined up. They're encased in there pretty good. So yeah, looking like the show. Pull that bad boy off. Of course, you want to see, and Panthro is looking dynamic in there. Plenty of space for him. Again, it's going to look again. Plenty of space for Panthro in there. Move this light over a little bit better so you can see. He can hold on to the shifters. Again, cannot turn. These can't turn. I advise you not to try. You don't want to mess them up. I did notice on the gun right here that Chitara has, those two levers, they turn and you can also pull them out. So right here again, this opens up. There's a better look at the cannon right there. Again, fam, I can't express how huge this thing is. Open up the paw. And it doesn't roll great. But again, don't even worry about that. I knocked some stuff over. But yeah, it does not roll great, but like none of us is really gonna have this thing to be like trying to run it across the floor all crazy. This is more so a showpiece. One of these showpieces, and again, looking inside so you can get a better look. If you saw the one earlier, Lionel got in just fine. In case you missed it, I'll do it again for you. I was able, if you missed it, to get every Thundercat in there, not just the main roster, every one. So we'll start again. I'm gonna put Lionel in there, and I'm gonna put him in there with the claw shield to the side. I was able to get it in there with the claw shield to the side of his arm. I was able to get him in there like that. So go ahead, slide him back in. Awkward spot. Now, of course, now that I'm trying to show y'all again, it wants to be a little difficult with the claw shield. Let's see. There you go. And his hands can go across the shifter. He can put it up here as well, messing with some other gears while Panther's handling that. I'll grab Wily Cat, put him in there. Go ahead, put him in the back. Knock Chitara off. Well, since I got her off, let me just go ahead, put her in a seat. Man, slipping. Alright. Oh, also, it's better if you're putting Chitara in to have the head where she's running, because the hair will be over the back end of the seat compared to if you have the other head where it's kind of normal, because it'll have her sitting all awkward because the back of her head will be pushing up against the seat, and it'll just look weird, like real weird if you do it that way. Again, gripes that I do have, of course, this is not Super 7s, but it's not going to be much different than this one from the Mattel, is that they have it where the rubber for the outfits are a little too hard and need to give a little bit more giveaway as far as the clothing, because it makes it a little harder for them to bend and stuff like that. Okay, so who we missing? Oh, Tiger. So far we have the main cast, the main initial crew. Everyone's sitting in a chair. Now I had to do a little tweaking to Chitara and Tigers because their garments were just a little too tight to where they could sit the way I wanted them. They could still sit, but it was like a little off. So that's the initial crew. I'm gonna take this version of Snarf. He's gonna become Snarfer because they're actually doing us they're doing a Snarf, so don't have to worry about that. So they're in. Got Linkso right here. Gonna put Linkso in this bad boy. So far we got everybody in. Now, I haven't seen anyone do this. Put everybody in. So Linkso is in. Here's Pumira. Pumira is in. Alright. Got Bengali. Bengali is going to be in. So Bengali is in. So you'll be like, wow, every Thundercat is in there. No, not every Thundercat, baby. Guess what? Guess who's missing? Jaga. So we're going to even put Jaga in there. And let's see. Bam. Bam. How you like me now? Closed up, baby. Closed up. Closed up. Now let's open this bad boy back up. Bam. Bam. Look. Wily Cat. Wily Kit. Jaga. Tigra. Bengali. Chitara. Pumira. Linkso. Lionel. Snarf / Snarfer. And of course, Panthro. All the Thundercats. All of them, baby. In. Secure. Secure. Now, if that in itself is not enough for you to want to get that, to get this beast, I don't know what to tell you. And here's this Sailflage or whatever it is. It ain't nothing but a wrench. But Panther calls it something like a Sailflage or Sangerflage, something Flage he calls it. Looks pretty good. Designs in it. But yeah. That's pretty straight. And then you got some Thundrillium right here. No, it doesn't come out as just all one piece. It would have been nice if they had something to hook this to and they could actually pull it. Like if they went in the caves and stuff like that and found some, and so they're towing it back to Cat's lair. That would have been cool if they had that right there. Let me move this right here out the way. Move some weapons out the way. Slide this right here out the way. And I knocked over the set I had earlier, but it's all good. See, if they had something that they could tow it like that, that'd be cool, you know. But it is what it is. It's definitely not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. Again, we're not gonna be playing with it all crazily. Just going back and forth, and it's the treads move, but they are hard to move. On this surface, I'm not really moving it because I got some stuff that'll fall over even more, so I'm not moving that. But I'm telling you, man, this Thundertank is nice. Let's get you a view from the front, man. Back this up some. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. That thing is nice. Up here, they hitting them buttons. They shooting them lasers. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. It is over. Again, getting you from the front. Look at that. Thundercats is on the move, baby. They're loose. Once again, this thing is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Once again, if you missed it, here's a comparison Right here, it dwarfs that slam truck from WWE. It dwarfs it. Custom Triple T tank from Casual to Toy Collector. It dwarfs this thing. Doesn't stand a chance. Doesn't stand a chance. This is what we've all been waiting for when we were kids. A Thunder Tank like that, like this, that can hold all of the Thundercats, all of them. And it doesn't just hold the initial crew, as you already seen. It holds everybody. Everybody. Everybody is able to fit in. Is able to fit in with no problem. Of course, you know, the new Thunderians, they're standing and Jaga is standing, but they're still able to be in. Again, with Chitara, I would advise, if you're going to have her sit, to get her hair that's running, because the other one is going to be difficult for her to sit. Difficult for her to sit in there with that. Yeah, man. I just wanted to hit y'all back up. I was really in a rush trying to get some stuff done, but yeah, I wanted to come back, give people like a chance if they had any questions about the Thunder Tank, and you know, go from there. If not, it was fun, man. Unboxing this thing, the joy I felt unboxing this thing took me back to when I first purchased this. Got this purchase for me, I should say, as a kid, and it was just up a trillion times more because of the fact that it is the Thunder Tank that I always wanted, that we always wanted. The deco, the size. This is the Thunder Tank, fam. This is the Thunder Tank without a doubt. Again, hopefully they'll continue with this and make some more vehicles. This makes me wonder, man. Do you think they're going to do the Fist Pounder? Man, now, yeah, if you remember the Fist Pounder pretty much dwarfed the Thunder Tank. So if they make the Fist Pounder, man, the Thunder Tank that thing is gonna be absolutely ridiculous in size if they make the Fist Pounder. I don't know what they could possibly, how big that thing would be ridiculous. But guess what? We all pretty much said the same thing as far as the Thunder Tank, that it would be ridiculously big if they made that. And look what we have now. What we have now is a Thunder Tank, the Thunder Tank we always wanted, and it is doggone absolutely ridiculously big, fam. So you tell me, man, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Can you see the Fist Pounder, fam, in our future? I can see it. I don't know if SUPER7 can see it, but I can see the Fist Pounder in our future. I can see a Cat Slayer, fam. Reason why I can see a Cat Slayer, some people are like, man, that's absolutely too big. Nah, man, because I got me a custom made, and I know a lot of other people got custom made bases for different things. I got a custom made Cobra base. Right? So I know if that can be made, SUPER7, with all the money they have and all the other stuff, they can make a Cat Slayer. It'll be absolutely ridiculously big if they try to make it to scale, but they probably won't make it exactly to scale. They'll just make something big. But fam, just to have a Cat Slayer, a Fist Pounder, man, what about the Black Pyramid for Mumra? What about the Mutants base? Castle Plundar. Man, there's so many different things. So many different things that they can make, fam, that we want. That we want. And it's all possible. Look at this. We didn't think this was possible, fam. But check it out. I'm telling you, man, this you're gonna have so much fun with this thing, fam. I'm telling you, you're gonna have fun. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. You're right, Sky Raider. Yeah, I've looked at a couple of them before I even opened mine, and I never seen anyone try to put everybody in there. And they put in like the ones that initially came minus Jaga, but no one ever tried to put all of them in. Yeah, I appreciate you giving me love on that because I was wondering myself because when I put them in, I seen the extra space. I didn't know if it closed or not, but I was like, well, at least if I know I can get them in. But the fact that it was able to close, man, that's another big plus right there, fam. Another big plus. Let's see. Yeah. All hamburger juice, baby. You know that's my phrase. I love it. Yeah, you got to get one, man. You got to get one. I'm telling you, man. Once you get it, you go like, man, where am I gonna put it? So you better make sure you got space. You got to make sure you got space if you're gonna get this Joe, man, because it takes up half of this table I got right here, and I got a bunch of tables. I got a bunch of tables, fam, because I got a bunch of big stuff. Still moving, and I'm still moving some stuff around. But yeah, you got to make sure you got space to display this bad boy. But see, I don't just display my stuff, man. I play with them too. I don't care if nobody say, fam. I have fun with my stuff, man. The price for this was, let me see. I think it was 50 you had to put down originally for them to hold it. And then I think with shipping and everything, shoot, I think it came close to, six. I think it was like 560 or something like that. Something around. I gotta go back and look and see. But it was something around that price. But it was initially $50 to hold it on Big Bad. I don't know about the other places. And then I think it was after the shipping and stuff to get to me, it was like about 560, maybe 580, something like that. But again, there's a lot of stuff out there that where they'll charge you for things that you don't get this size. Now, is it perfect? It's not absolutely perfect, but it is pretty close. Again, the treads, I'm not stressing on the treads not rolling. Smooth, but they move and it's straight right there. Let's see. 3D printed a couple years ago was 12 to 1500, and that's likely the price in a year. So good call. Yeah. The price for this thing is gonna definitely go up a whole lot more, just like with everything else. You know how inflation is. We be like, I just catch it later. I'm not gonna get it now because I'll get it cheaper. And you know what ends up happening? We don't get it cheaper. We end up paying more and kicking ourselves like, man, we should have got that thing when we had the chance. Like I'm gonna show you right now. I went ahead and I got me a couple of sky cutters from LJN. Got them offline. I was like, man, I should have bought these things a while ago. Didn't do it. This is how big they are next to the Thundertank. So I got two of them. These things off of eBay ran me about 100, a little over 100. And I think one of them was like 80 something. So, of course, that's a whole lot more than it was back in the day. Let's see. Secondhand price, best to get it sooner. Yep. Just like the classics Grayskull or Grayskull Snake Mountain. Yeah, has it. See, Big Bad has it for what it is originally for. So, good call. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate it, man. The Sky Cutters, man. Yeah, I needed something for the mutants as well. You know, I troop build, army build, all that stuff, man. Vehicles as well. You know, you can't with me myself. I can't just have the figures. I gotta have other stuff too. You know, vehicles. No, the Thunder Tank is it like when the show comes on. It's one of the main things you see is the Thunder Tank. You know that music for Panther when you hear that Thunder Tank, dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that just set the Thundercats different, set them all different from everybody else. Everyone had their own individual theme. Music was one of the things I always loved about the Thundercats. Panther was my guy. Um, he was just cool in the Thunder Tank and everything like that. So you know, the Thunder Tank is a necessity, man. It's just smooth. It's a beast. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of the things you had to have, and I couldn't think of a better vehicle to start off with. There really isn't another vehicle you could start off with for the Thundercats without it being the Thunder Tank. Let's see. Your playsets, videos are always better. Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I have fun doing my playsets, man. I really do because I mean I don't knock anyone who stages their stuff, have them on the shelves and all that. I that's what I'm working on doing. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to get situated, but I like to move my figures around. I like to play with them, I like to situate them and stuff like that. That's just one of the things I love to do. But I love seeing everybody's displays and all that stuff. But I really do like having fun and going back to where my imagination would run wild playing with my figures and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Also, yeah, like I said, the nose diver. I don't think we're gonna get the nose diver because when I'm looking at it on eBay, it doesn't look like the nose diver was usually the vehicle that Slide had, and the way it's situated, it doesn't look like it would work for him. Now, Monkey and Jackalman, yeah, it could work for them, and they've ridden the nose diver from time to time, but mostly that was what Slide was in, and I'm not gonna mess with it because it just doesn't look like it will work right for him for his build. And even though he has a lot more posability than the older one, I don't even think the older one could have fit. I don't think it had a chance to fit in the nose diver. So I think they probably just had that for Monkey or Jackalman, but I have no plans on getting that now. If they make one now, Super 7 makes one. Yeah, I'll grab that bad boy, but nah, I'm not gonna mess with the other one. I didn't get the Mandora bike. Um, I just wasn't sure because initially my thing was I was just going to get all the Thunder Tank. I mean all the Thundercats, the Thunder Tank, mutants, of course, Momura, Ever Living, and maybe a couple of other characters. I wasn't planning on going all the way in buying every single thing, and that's still not my plan right now. So I don't know. I mean, the bike looks good. Mandora looks good, but I don't know if I'm going to get her. I mean, she's a cool character and everything, but she wasn't to where I had to have her. Um, I'm glad that Super 7 started doing these guys. So what I did was I started using these as mutants. Started making my army with mutants. Of course, I bought some of those extra reptiles that they're doing for Slide, the what do you call them, the brute, and just the brute, the warrior, and I think the other one was a cook or something like that. So I ordered a few of those so I can beef up my mutants as well. Because when they first got there, and from time to time you'll see the other ones, it was a whole bunch of mutants, especially like when when Snarf found the Sword of Omens. So it was a whole bunch of them. So they look similar to Monkey, and of course this is based off how the toys were, but they're of course a little different. And one thing I do like about these guys is their helmets is about the same as this, but their helmets come off and you don't have to you don't it's not another head, but it's another head. So as you can see, this head came with that head, that body and whatnot. So there's two heads, but they also come with a helmet, but you don't have to put the helmet on. That's one thing I really do like. So you can build, you can have your main mutants and then have your mutant army. So that's another thing to build with the Thundercats. You know, you gotta have troops. You gotta have troops. You gotta have troops. And the one thing I never saw. Maybe I was off. I never saw a whole bunch of mutants for Vulture Man. I've seen the reptiles. I've seen the monkeys. I've seen the jackals, but I don't remember seeing any extra vultures. Only that one Vulture Man. Let's see. Check that Mandoran bike out if you're interested later. They're doing good work on that too. Yeah, I have looked at it. Don't get me wrong. Now the bike looks good, and Mandora looks good too. I just wasn't. She's just not one of those characters that I had to have. Don't get me wrong. She's a cool character, and she's tight and everything. She's just not one of the ones that I had to have. Like if I don't get Mandora and the bike, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, I didn't have to do that. It's just one of those things. But she is. But they did a great job on her, and a great job on the bike. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, slide is thick, bro. Yeah. Okay, so you put slide on it and it works. So you put slide. Well, which slide did you put on? You talking about the nose diver? Is that what you put him on? And if and what slide are you talking about? This was Jay Gonzalez. If you still there, which slide you talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about the Super 7 one. And so the nose diver, you put the Super 7 slide on the nose diver. If you did and it fit, that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I was wrong. It didn't look like it would fit. Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. If you got some pics, upload that Joan on whatever your gram is, or YouTube if you have one or whatnot. I'll check it out and see. That's pretty tight. I didn't think it would work, so okay, that's one for me. That's one for me. Then I might have to grab one. I know the ones that I saw they weren't together. Yeah, absolutely. Impressive to get that done. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because I definitely did not think that guy would fit on the nose diver. Yeah. So, okay, that's definitely one on me. I got to check that out. I did not see that coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think what other uh vehicles that they could probably come out with. I don't know if they would do the ship, not the yeah, the ship for the Lunatics. I don't know if they would do that, or Rataro's ship, or what's the one? Hammerhand and the Berserkers. I don't know if they would do the Berserkers either. That'd be interesting if they did the Berserker ship. But eventually they're gonna have to finish them out, the Berserkers, and hopefully they'll do the Lunatics. That'll be cool to have those guys involved as well. So what do you think? What do you think about that? Does anyone think it'll be worth it if they made some if they did the Berserker ship, or is it even worth worrying about? Is that a big pass? Y'all tell me. Is that a pass on the Berserker ship? quiet. This ain't y'all stream. Trying to get some shine. This ain't y'all time. Y'all chill out. My bad, fam. These juggers trying to get up in there. They trying to get them some shine time right now. They mad because I woke them up. All right. You would get it, Hachiman and wave it. Yeah, I did see a picture of Hachiman. I did see that. I seen that sword. I forgot what the name of that sword was called. What was that sword called? I cannot remember. But I know it gave Lionel a hard time when he was battling. Is it a thunder cutter or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, you would get it. Okay. Are you talking about you would get the berserker ship or what you talking about? What would you get? Jay Gonzalez, what would you get? The thunder cutter? Yep. Okay, it was the thunder. Okay, cool. I threw that in there. I could not remember what that joint was called for nothing. Yeah. Uh-huh. So what else was going on? What else going on? Yeah, we up here talking about the Thundertank. For those who might have missed if you just popped in. Yeah, I did a review. I have put everybody in this bad boy. Everyone is in there. Everyone. All the Thundercats. From Jaga, Lionel, Tigra, Panther, Bengali, Chitara, the twins, Linkso, Snarf, and Pumara. They're all in the Thundertank. And guess what? I'm going to close it up again. Booyakasha. Yeah, baby. It's all in there. So, this was definitely worth the money. It was a little steep, but in the end, if you want to pay, you want to play, you gotta pay. You gotta pay to play, baby. That's how it is and everything. So, I can't express how huge this thing is. It's absolutely ridiculously big, fam. I'm telling you, this thing is big. I'm gonna go around it again so y'all can see. If you just popped up in here, there they go. Up in there, everybody is in there. Everybody's in there, fam. In case you wanted. Again, for Chitara, I would suggest using the running hair so that she's not sitting all crazy so the hair can go over the back of the chair. So that you can see everybody's in there. There's a lot of great detail in there. This swivels, comes up. These move right here, and they even pop off. A lot of good detail. Now, the ones in here, these don't move. The one Panther has his arms on, his hand on, here, this, Lionel, they don't move. So, you might want to think about that unless you want to be breaking something after you done paid all that money. I know that'll piss you off. The treads, going back to the treads weren't exactly smooth the way they need to be as far as how they roll. They roll, but not like effortlessly. But that definitely wasn't a deal breaker because, like I said before, I'm not going out my way to be trying to run up and down the street, up and down the road. It just is what it is, fam. Let's see, Smash Guitars, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Sky Raider, yeah, man. Thanks for the thanks for the toast. Yeah, Jay Gonzalez, you still waiting for yours to ship? Man, I'm telling you, man, once you get it, it's gonna be worth the wait, fam. It's gonna be worth the wait. I was looking at all these other things that I pre-ordered before the Thundertank, and they were all hitting. I was like, man, what's going on? And then I looked and I saw how No, there was a couple of people who had it online. I think that guy JC, I think he had it, and I think the first person I saw, I can't remember the guy's name, but I think he was relatively new. I don't think he had a lot of followers, but he was the first person I think I saw. And then when I looked some more, then I think I saw JC, and so JC actually held it up, so you could get a good look of how it is. Um, and he put the initial crew in, but he didn't put everybody in there. But so when I had it, I was just wondering. I gave it a try, and now I know that no, I know, everyone knows that everybody can get in here, no problem. And if just so you know, there's still plenty of room. It's not like they're all squished up. Well, Jaga is right there, a little bit, but as you can see, there's still plenty of room. Someone could get right there. Snarfer could get right there, or he could get up here, or whatever. So again, it was worth it. I was waiting for this thing for the longest, and it seemed like it just would not ship. Uh, hey, I appreciate it, man. What you saying? I set it off right there. Yeah, I think it's crucial to know that if for some chance this is the only vehicle we got, um, that everybody can get in. Now, of course, with the Thunder Kittens, the Mattel ones, I assume the Super 7 is going to do pretty much the same thing. They came with their boards, so they're able to they're able to uh they're able to ride if need be, doing their own thing, and that frees up some space right there. Of course, Utara can run if she want to and whatnot, but the fact that they're all in, that's a big plus. That's a very big plus. And thanks for letting me know about the sky. I mean, the nose diver and slide, because I definitely passed on that because I did not think that he would fit. I said, I looked, I was like, he has posability, a lot more posability, way more posability than the first one came out. But I just did not think he'd be able to fit in that nose diver. But since you said he could, man, that's good. That's good to go. But it's gonna be kind of hard because everyone that I've seen so far, I haven't seen any that has been completed online. And I would say now, if you're on the fence about getting the Thunder Tank, just think about this. Once this time passes and they're no longer selling them on the secondary market, it's going to be a whole lot more. A whole lot more. And then you're going to be like, man, why didn't I? Now, I'm not telling you to go broke to get it. Don't do that. All I'm saying is if you're able to afford it and you want it and you're on the fence, if it will not break you, if it will not mess up what you got going on, I would say go ahead and get it if you can. Because later on, you're going to wish you had. I promise you, you're going to wish you had. Yeah, let's see. Depends on your area's taxes. Just want to make sure I mention it because that can be different. Sales tax everywhere is worth it if you really ever wanted one since 85 to 86 fast. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Like I said, it depends on what your situation is because like taxes sometimes can make or break a deal on a purchase, and if it's not worth it to you, it's not worth it to you. Everyone has that line where they don't cross on a certain figure. I'm not gonna pay over 100, or I'm not gonna pay over 5, or I'm not gonna pay over 1,000. It just depends on what the item is and what your cutoff point is. That's all I'm saying. So again, I love it, and all I'm saying is if it works in your budget for you, I would say get it. Again, if it works in your budget, your budget and my budget is not the same. You may be able to get some stuff that I can't get, and vice versa. So again, I'm not I am definitely not one of them guys who get stuff for free from anyone. I have to pay for everything I got. So I budget, balance, figure out what I need to do to get what I want. So it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to everyone to get what they want. So that's all I'm saying in that aspect. But I'm not going to try to push anyone to get anything. I'm just telling you the joy that I felt. Um, Once it got here, it was funny because I saw on the camera when it was at the door, and I was laughing because I watched my wife. Nobody tell if you know who my wife is. I was laughing. I watched my wife struggle to get it inside the house. I'm sorry, it's funny because the box. It was like three box. It was like one big box, right? So once I started opening the box, so I could get to the box where the Thunder Tank is, it was like a box after a box after a box, and they had all this stuff in there. They shipped it, so it was very well shipped. It had those corner pieces to keep it from the corners getting messed up, and they had them on each one of the boxes on the inside. They had it on the, and then on they had all this not styrofoam. Yeah, they had styrofoam, and then they had all that bubble wrap in there as well. So it was very well insulated and protected. I really did appreciate that. I didn't have to worry about anything getting messed up. I totally agree. If it means something to you, it's worth it. If you enjoyed it growing up. Heavy box. Brace yourself, Charlie Murphy. Yeah, Super 7 does do that with at least the stuff that I've gotten from them. They do package everything real well. Oh, side note for the invisible Tigra. I'm gonna let you look. This is the definitely a box I'm keeping just because get this light on it. Just because of the way that it reflects so nicely. Take it back over. It just shines so nicely. I really do like this box. So this is one I'm going to keep. Is definitely different than the rest. I know we talking about the Thunder Tank, but the Tigra was nice. And since I'm talking about him, I'm gonna let you get a look at this guy. It's a nice figure, and the hands are interchangeable with the other Tigra. So this the bowler whip on this one. Hold on. Got a good grip on this one this time. The bowler whip on here is like a rubbery, like a rubbery plastic. Of course, this is all see-through. See it better in the light. So is this compared to the other one? Where did I set it up? I just had that. Oh, here it is. So it's basically the same thing. The plastics are the same. But this one is cloth and this one is rubber. Hold on. And the handle, the grips are the same as well. So yeah, I was messing around with them today when I wanted to see. Let me grab the Tiger right here. And what I did was pop that hand off. I did the now the hand is a little tighter because the pin, if that's the right name, the pin on here seems a little bit bigger. Let's see. The pin right here is a little bit bigger than this one, just a little bit. So it's a little snug when you're putting it in. That's what she said. But it's still able to get in there. So it's still able to get in there. So you can do the him turning invisible thing with the whip in your picks or your stop motions or whatever. So let's see. So you have them wrap that jugger around, however you want to do it. Let's see if we can get him to stand up here. So see, you can do some beginning stages of him turning invisible. Of course, you can slide this hand in here so you don't have to worry about losing it. Now, the thing is about this, since it's thicker and wider, this goes in like real easy. But, if you shake it, it's not coming out. So, you can do that he's turning invisible. So that's a nice figure as well. The detail that they put on him is pretty good. It's basically the same figure. The head sculpts are the same. So it's a lot of good detail on this figure, even though it's clear. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, SUPER7, Clint Jorgensen. SUPER7 accessories with these figures are the best. I wish I got the Ghost Jogger. Yeah, I actually did. I'm waiting on that guy. I had to get him because that's how we would always see Jogger in his ghost form. So I definitely had to get him. The Thundercats, all of them I had to get. It just sucks that they making us wait so long for Snarf. So I wonder if the Thunder Kittens are going to be in the 2-pack or if they're going to be separate. But yeah, that Ghost Jogger, he looks nice, and he's more of a, if I remember right, he's more of a blue color like he is on the cartoon compared to being clear like this tiger is. Yeah, the invisible part is tight, man. I liked it because I was like, like I said before, you put Tiger, you put him right there, you have him doing the turning invisible, the beginning stages of him turning invisible. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool on my part. Pretty sure somebody else doing it themselves. They just haven't posted nothing, but I took some pics of him doing that and whatnot. Let's see. Not one. I'm not all in. I have some of the main team. I only have Mumra, Marmot, and Groom for the enemies. Hey, it's all good, man. You get what you can afford, and you get what you like. You don't have to go all in. I'm not going all in. Like the Thundercats, excuse me, I definitely got all of them. I gotta get all of the Thundercats. Now, as far as all the bad guys, I don't have to do that. Like Mumra, I have Mumra, the Ever Living. I have Mumra, the Ever Living. I have. I have the Mumra, Lionel. I have that guy. And I showed you Monkey, Slide. I think I showed you Jackal, man. I think it did. He's on the other Sky Cutter. Let's see. Yeah. The other Jackal, man, he's on the other Sky Cutter. And and also Vulture Man with his super power potion. He's got that bad boy there. Of course, you got Groon over here looking for Jogga. Got him. Those two 8 mutants that I showed you before. And of course, you gotta have Mom Ra, the ever living. Yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta have that guy right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting everybody, just certain key characters for me. For me. Again, you get what works for you. You don't have to buy everything. Don't let anyone convince you that you have to buy every single thing for every single line. You'll go crazy. You'll go broke. Don't do that. Get the stuff that you want. Get the stuff you can afford. Get what you like. And keep it moving, man. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Let's see. Hold on, net one. I must say they spend a lot of money on the packaging. I'm pretty impressed with the presentation. Yep, they do. I definitely agree. Yep, that's who the guy was. It was Adrian Nerd Cave. I couldn't remember. Kept in the packaging, looks good. I opened mine, but just agreeing with you. Yep. I definitely agree. Yeah, he was the one who I saw first. I saw his, and then after I saw his, mine was already shipped. So I was just looking just to see, and I came across his, and his was pretty good. I got to see the inside and everything. I said okay, because I really wanted to see how they were going to fit in the Thundertank. And whether I don't know if those were the only ones. I can't remember if he did them all. I know JC did. I can't remember if he did them all. So if he did, and I don't remember, I just don't remember. But I looked after him because I just want to see some more and see if there was something that maybe someone else did that he didn't show. And that's why I saw JC and he put them in, and that's what I really wanted to see how they fit inside, if there'll be an issue. And I noticed with JC, when he had the regular head on Chitara, she was all hunched over more compared to if you put the running head in there. She's her hair goes over the head of the seat, and it's not like got her looking all crazy because she's hunched over and whatnot. Let's see. On one, yeah, I got too much stuff as it is. You did it different with all of them. Yeah, appreciate it. I appreciate it. Any Motu fans did you get the classic Gray Skull and SUPER7 Snake Mountain? No, man, I didn't, and I regret that so much. I wanted that Snake Mountain, and I'm probably still gonna get it. But man, I'm like, because you know how that price is. But I really want it, and that Origin Snake Mountain that they come in. I mean, it looks okay. But that SUPER7 Snake Mountain, man, that's the Joan I really want. So I'm gonna eventually, I might have to just go ahead and pull the trigger and get that Joan. I'm gonna have to just see. But the only, as far as Motu, I have a combination of classics, Revelation, and just a couple of the SUPER7 members, like the I just went ahead and I just got the sorceress from the SUPER7 probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I like her way better than the classics one, because I didn't like how it had that flicked looking wing thing in the back. I didn't like that. And the Revelation sorceress, the images, it looks okay. But I just preferred the way this sorceress looks, and it was always funny because people would be saying that she was too hippie, and I was like, have y'all not watched the cartoon? Because she was hippie in the cartoon. Evelyn was hippie. Tila was hippie. The doggone Queen was hippie. All the females in the cartoon were all hippie. So I didn't see what the issue was with that, and I think that's why they redid Chitara. Is because of that hippie thing, her hips being too wide, which it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, are y'all not watching the cartoons? Because that's how they were in those cartoons back in the day. But I mean, it is what it is. And another thing, since I brought that up, that Chitara, I do not like the way she looks, man. I don't. I wish they had given us the Chitara that they continue to put as far as advertisement. All the other figures, they put the advertisement for how the figure actually looks, but the Chitara, they keep that other one up because they know that's the better looking figure. Even if that was the prototype, that's the better looking one. And I even called Super 7 and I tried to see if I could purchase that Chitara, the one they show on the picture, and I got a bunch of runaround about it and never got a straight answer. And they sent me to someone to talk about it, and they never got back to me again. So that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I'm probably have to call them back again because I like talking to to the companies when they try to tell us no. I like calling them back and getting on them. But that was a big bust. I did not like that at all, the way that Chitara looks. That's why I changed her face on this one a little bit. I mean, nothing major, but I think this looks better than how she originally came. It wasn't nothing too big, not perfect. No, plenty of other people can do better jobs than myself, but it worked. It worked for me. I did the same thing with her her outfit. I trimmed her the lower half of her outfit a little bit so that she had more room, so I can make the running poses better. So that's just that. But it is what it is. You take the good with the bad. Nothing's gonna be totally perfect. Let's see. Sky Raider, the Extreme says Dungeon Dragon goes well with Classics Grayskull, by the way. Okay. All right. I had to take a look at those as interior. All right. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have looked at that. I just don't have the space that I want to do that part because of how I have my Motu stuff situated. So I had, but again, I'm moving a bunch of stuff around because I gotta make room. I had the space, but I got a bunch of stuff in here that's taking up some of the space. So I have space, and I have to move stuff around because the Eternia is gonna be coming after a while, and before you know it, it's gonna be here. So I need to have this room straight for that. And you see how much space this Thundertank takes, and I did a measurement, and so the Eternia will go from one end of this table to the other one, if I remember correctly. It should be not exactly, but close to that length. So that'll be very interesting once that gets there. And then the fact of I was hearing, I don't know if anyone confirmed it, but I was hearing people say that you could connect um, Grayskull and Snake Mountain to it, and I think that's just the origin ones. I don't think it's the Super 7 or the classics. But again, I haven't heard, so I could be wrong. Anybody heard anything like that? Let's see what's going on in the chat. And let's see. Raider, I don't have them yet either. Mainly responding to what Hornet was saying earlier. Only that Thundertank so far, but the others are future goals. Well, I don't have. Let's see. So Hornet, you got Eternia. Woo! No, I don't have it. Well, you know what I mean. I paid for it, but I don't have it. I wish I could have paid for it and automatically got it, but yeah. Yeah, this was the Thunder Tank was one of the three big purchases I got. It was the Thunder Tank, Eternia, and the doggone his tank. So those are my three big purchases. So I have cut back on some of my I haven't bought anything real big. I'm not buying anything big for a while because of those guys right there. Let's see. See, Jay Gonzalez. I'm satisfied with my Chitara one though that I got looked similar to the prototype, but she was missing her spots. Man, I wish I had got that. Mine doesn't look anything like um the prototype. I had to do a couple of tweaks to it, but no, I'm satisfied. I mean, it's not perfect. Everything, I'm not gonna always get it perfect, So no, it is what it is. You take the good with the bad. I'm just happy. Well, I'm not just happy, but I'm happy that I have her. But I wish she would have looked like the prototype. But it is what it is. You're not gonna always get what you want. Even with other lines, there are some things that's not perfect. Like for me, for classifying the Crimson Guards and the Crimson Bats and all that stuff, the Crimson, I call them the Crimson Coalition for me. So all of those crimson colors, I like those figures more than the other. The regular bats was cool. The Cobra Trooper was cool and everything. And even they had a couple of little hiccups in them. Not much, but a couple of little hiccups, and some same thing with the crimson stuff. A couple of little hiccups there. So no, you take the good with the bad. It is what it is. You're not going to get everything exactly perfect. Yep. Let's see what else is going on. Did I miss anything anybody was talking about? Let's see. I think I'm caught up with the chat. Yeah, caught up with the chat. Anybody else? What y'all think about what y'all think about that Eternia? What y'all think about the Eternia? Since it was brought up about some Motu, there anything from Motu that y'all looking forward to? Y'all let me know. Oh, just this just popped into my head. Now I really don't care too much about this figure, but I saw him and I thought I could use his body for something, and I never know. So I saw this earlier. This was that new He-Man. I thought the Buck looked pretty good. Again, I have no real love for this particular figure, um, because I just didn't. As a kid, I had this figure, and I had the what's his name? I think it was Slush or something like that. The one that looked like an octopus. He was like green. I can't remember his name. I had that guy, and that was it. Just those two figures. So I didn't really have. I don't have any real connection to these guys. But with that being said, you never know. But just like with the Sunman stuff, they're okay, but I don't have a real a real connection to the Sunman stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with them, I just don't have a real connection to them. Yeah, I did see that Origins Talent Fighter. I did see that. They also had another. talent fire that I saw online a while back. I think it was like for like Revelations or something like that. Matter of fact, I think it was on. I can't remember if it was on Big Bad or I saw it somewhere online. There was another talent fire, but it didn't look like the. It didn't look like the classics one, and I still wasn't sure about the size, so I don't know. Let's see. See, yep, facts. Yeah, it's the New Adventures He-Man. Yeah. Hey, when I saw it, man, I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard because, like I said, I have no intent of going deep into this thing at all. This might just be the only figure, but I thought the buck of the figure looked pretty good, and maybe I could do something with it. But yeah, I have no real connection to to that. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that says I remember watching New Adventures. I just didn't like it as much as the original. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember not one episode. I don't even remember how the New Adventures. What was the purpose of New Adventures? I think it was something like they went back in time and got He-Man or something like that and brought. I don't remember at all. Let's see. Sky Raider, I remember Sunman from back in the day. I got that Masterverse Sunman and King Grayskull. Yeah, I haven't seen the Masterverse Sunman. Yeah, I got King Grayskull. That speaking of King Grayskull, I got that figure. I came across that figure at a time where I was like, man, my sister had passed. And I was feeling like bad, man. I was just feeling bad because it was unexpected. And I was just walking around in Target, man, and I turned the corner, and no one, I don't think anyone had even had it or did a review on it yet. And I looked, and I was like, "What?" And for a short time, man, that took my mind off my sister seeing that figure. So that figure holds a lot of it holds a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? That figure has a special place in my heart because of that short amount of time it took the pain away from my sister's passing. So yeah, I do. I have that gray skull, and I have another one, matter of fact. But the first one I got holds a very special place in my heart. Let's see. I did like for the Sunman the wings on the way they did the wings for the Masterverse one look pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't come across him at all. Say Jay Gonzalez saying me neither, but I do collect them now. Back when I was a kid, I passed on him because he wasn't He-Man. Yeah, I can say I never, to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, I don't ever remember coming across Sunman anything when I was a kid. I just don't remember coming across him. Um, you see, on that one says I don't remember the storyline either. Yeah, I have no idea what the storyline is for the New Adventures of He-Man. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me look on the box of this thing. So the box says He-Man Galactic Protector by the power of Eternia. Okay, that's different. The endangered planet of Primus is under attack by the evil mutants. Man, mutants are everywhere, man. Leaving the Galactic Guardians but one choice. I don't even know who the Galactic Guardians are. I guess they're the new masters of the universe. I don't know. They travel back through time to summon the one hero who could save them, He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Okay, that's crazy to me. I don't remember any of that. None of it. Not one bit. So the doggone mutants, man. So let's see. We got mutants and X-Men. You got mutants for Ninja Turtles. You got mutants for Thundercats. I think there's mutants in something else. I can't remember. But now they got these mutants in He-Man. So there's always some kind of mutants somewhere, man. It's a trip. If you need some bad guys, man, we just call them mutants. We don't have to have no real name. We don't have to come with nothing. Just call them a mutant. Let's see. Clearance is coming up. Keep a lookout. All right, I'll keep a lookout, Sky Raider. Oh yeah, I was shocked to find Tiger Force, Bazooka, and Recondo last week. Yeah, man. Those guys like the Tiger Force stuff. They're like all over now. It's a trip. Like it's hard. I guess they finally are kind of getting it together to where we can find stuff in bulk because I see the Ram Duke and his Ram cycle all over the place. I see Snake Eyes and Timber all over the place. I see the what was it? I have seen Bazooka. I actually got Bazooka, Recondo. Who else is in there that came out? It was Duke, Bazooka, Recondo. Someone is missing. Who is missing? Somebody's missing. I can't remember who it is. Because there's four of them that came out for Tiger Force. Duke, Recondo, Bazooka. Why can't I think of this last person? Who is the last? Dog it. It's gonna drive me crazy because I cannot remember who the last person. I can see his face, but for some reason I cannot think of his name. That dude's name. Oh, I know. It's Outback. That's who it was. Outback. Because he was like the first one to come out. That's what it was. Man, brain fart. Yeah, Outback. So yeah, they're like the Tiger Force. They're like all over the place. The Python Patrol. I don't see as many Python bats anymore, but now I see a whole bunch of the Python officers. I don't see any Vipers anymore, but they were out in full force. I see a lot of the officers now. Let's see. Yeah, they got a Python officer, man. They got So that was hold on that one. Yeah, they got a Python officer out, man. I see that jugger all over the place now. Let's see. Sky Raider. Pixel Dan interviewed the founder of Olmec Toys, Sunman creator. Great story. The figure is a cool Masterverse at J. Gonzalez. Yep. No, it was in some drugstore, but not everywhere distributed. Is K Raider yet at J. Gonzalez? Maybe Kmart too. I don't even think I seen it at Kmart. So I mean, it could have been. I don't remember because Kmart. That was my store, man. I'm telling you, Kmart was my store. I was mad when Kmart shut down. I got plenty of goodies back in the day. I had me a rotation. I'd go to, it was Kmart. I went, and it was all on the same strip. I mean, further up on one side and the other side. I go to, depending which way I came, I go to Kmart. Then I hit up, I go to Kmart. Then I hit up Toys R Us. And then after I passed Toys R Us, I would go to Walmart, and after I passed Walmart, then I went to Target. So and then if it was the other way around, it was Target, then Walmart, then Toys R Us, and then Kmart. So yeah, when Kmart left, man, I was mad. That messed up my flow, and then when Toys R Us went down, that messed up my flow as well. I know a lot of people say they didn't like Toys R Us because a lot of people was hiding stuff and getting stuff and this and that, and I know that to be true. I know that to be true. Because I've seen some people do it. I worked back there back in the day, so I know that some people did do stuff like that. So, but that's everywhere. If someone works in the back and they see they can get some money, they're going to do what all these people are doing now. It's just that Target is and Walmart are the main distributors right now as far as toys go. In-house, or not in-house, but physical locations. So people are going to do what they can get away with, unfortunately. Hold on a second. I don't think I ever went to Kmart as a kid. Man, you missing out. Kmart was the spot, man. I had fun. No, I was playing. It was just like Walmart, man. Really, Kmart was just like Walmart. So yeah, I've been there many and many a days on that one blue light special. I think it's still a Jay Gonzalez. I think it's still a Kmart in Philly and Australia. What? Man, that's crazy. I didn't think there was still a Kmart left. Man, I think the Kmart we had down here hung around. Let me see. Let's see. 2000 and let's see, that's 6, 7. I think by 2010, I think the one down here was gone. Uh, but yeah, but that's crazy that they still got some up. I didn't think they were still going on. Let's see. Hornet One says it was at Calder's Aim Zayers. Jay Gonzalez, they do that now in Walmart. Jay Gonzalez, they be stealing the origin figures. Yep, I hope the stealing stops. So much for the real at Jay Gonzalez. Yeah, yeah, that's always been that always pissed me off, man. That people will be stealing. Period. Not just the figures stealing because people work hard for what they got. And when you steal it, man, that just really pissed me off. And then as far as them stealing the toys, a lot of them take the stuff, man. And we know the scalpers, they go ahead and steal eBay. They have no connection to the figures, don't want the figures or nothing like that. All they want is just to make the bread off it. And that right there pisses me off. But that's not gonna go away. It's not as big as a deal to most people, so they're probably gonna be like, man, whatever, I don't care, it's just some toys. So it just is what it is right now. Unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, it's sad. The last Kmart I went to was 2018. There was only like maybe 5 customers and 3 employees that I saw. The store was so devoid of people. Let's see. Jay Gonzalez, Kmart and Sears had merged before they ended. Yeah, they did merge. Yep, they sure did. Yeah, it was sad when Sears went down too, man. I forgot about that. Yeah, plenty of stuff found at Sears, man. Pretty good deals at Sears as well. Yeah, that's unfortunate that both of them shut down. Those were 2 places that you could get you some they could get you some pretty good stuff for prices that wouldn't break your bank. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah. And then let's see what else going on in the chat. It's the employees. Yep, Jay Gonzalez, it is the employees. Because the employees was what started happening was, especially like at Target, when the Cobra Island first jumped off, right? So once they started seeing that people was asking about these figures all the time, they start wondering like what's the big deal? So eventually they had to start doing their own little research to figure out what's going on. And once they started doing their research and figuring out what's going on, they saw, okay, if people want these things so badly, they coming every day, throughout the day, numerous people. Man, when these things come in, I get my hands on them, and I can make me a serious profit. And that's what they started doing. And before you know it, man, there was chaos. Because we be checking, what's that thing called? I forgot all the different names for them things now, man. But you know those things, those sites that would tell us if there was a certain amount of figures here at this store and that store. I can't think what it's called now. But everybody was checking it, and then some people, when they kind of started messing up, they would go there and be like, no, because this says that you have Pop Finder. That's what it was. They would say, no, Pop Finder says you have this, you have that, which started alerting them to like what is this Pop Finder stuff? And so that started making an issue where with in regards to Pop Finder as well. So then once that jumped off, it was even more chaos because those guys would go and Pop Finder themselves, and they would probably call their partners over at other places like, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? And then put them on game, and then they would probably split profits or keep the things to themselves and whatnot. And sometimes you would catch the doggone managers, man. They seem to be like the main corporates. They'd be walking out with the doggone stuff, and sometimes they wouldn't put it out or say they couldn't put it out, but then they would have it themselves. Cause yeah, like in the beginning, for me, where I ended up getting like a good bit of my Cobra Island troopers was because when Hasbro had put it out that they had the times and the dates mixed up, but it wasn't making its way to the stores. Well, make its way to Target. What I did was I called corporate and I had them send me an email stating that I could get it before that date because it was wrong basically. And so when I did that, I had a copy of that highlighted and I had the phone numbers and stuff like that. And I would go in there and when they would try to tell me I couldn't get them, I would show them the paper. And they would look at it and they would try to act crazy. And I'm like, okay. I said, call that number then. If you think I just made this up, call it. And one time I was in there and they was trying to tell me I couldn't get nothing, and it just so happened I walked out the store, right? So I walked out the store and I called corporate because I didn't think I'd be able to get anyone, and it just so happened that I got someone like maybe maybe 30 seconds after I walked out the store. I was able to get through, and I turned right back around and came in the store, and I was explaining what happened, and I went to the manager that tried to tell me no. And while I was talking to her, I had the phone to my side. I told her to hold on for a second. And while the manager was talking mess to me, right, well, attempting to talk mess to me, he was, I could hear the ladies, I put the phone back to my ear, and the lady on the other side said put him on the phone. I started laughing. So all I could hear the dude was saying was like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. I mean, I don't know what the lady's position was. All I know is that I called the corporate number, and whoever the lady was, I don't know because I got transferred a couple of times, so I don't know who the final person who I talked to was. But either way, that manager's tone changed, and he walked me back there. And as we walking, he said, what were you looking for? What would you like? And the ladies told me, I said, thank you for your help. The lady told me, she said, no, I'm going to stay on here to make sure that you get what you were supposed to get. That was funny to me. I said, thank you, man. So after I got what I got, I told her, I said, yes, ma'am. She said, did you get what you get? I was like, yes, ma'am. I got what I wanted. And she said, okay. She said, call back anytime. I said, okay, I appreciate it. And I'm mad I didn't get her actual name. But it was still cool that she went that extra mile for me. And then, but what I found out was that the lady herself was a collector. That was funny to me. that was funny to me. So that worked out because she said she understood before I finally hung up, and she told me she was a collector. She said she understood because that mess happened. She didn't collect Joe's or nothing. It was something else. I don't remember what it was, but she said she was a collector, so she understood. So that was pretty straight right there. Yeah, yeah, it's funny, man, because like I would carry that because like where I'm at, I have like four targets, right? They're kind of spread out, but there's like four targets in my city. So I would carry that paper with me that whole time. So people would come through and they were like, you can't get it. And they were like, I already told such and such and such. I said, well, and I would tell them, I was like, well, I don't care what you told them. I said, I'm going to get what I want. And they was like, what makes you think you special? I said, well, this paper was what makes me think I'm special. And they was like, what are you talking about? So I showed them the paper. And then they would all try to say, well, I don't believe that this is from management, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, well, you see this number right here? Do you recognize this number? If you don't, you can call the number and find out whether it's legit or not. And then they would be like, well, let me hold this paper. I was like, nope. You can look at this paper. You can take a picture of this paper. This paper staying right in my hands. Because for all I know, you go back there, tear my paper up, and then I'm messed up. Even though I already had me a couple of copies at the house, and I could just pull it right off my email and make me another one. And the fact of the matter was, I had plans to go to another Target after that. So I would get what I want. I would never take them all. I would always leave at least two so other people could get them because I know they would catch hell. And so I would go to all those different targets in the store. I mean, in the city, and I would always ask for the managers after I got whatever. Sometimes I get the manager first, and then I would try to break it down to them and tell them that people are coming after me more than likely for these figures. But the thing is that y'all are not, the information is being misconstrued. Y'all are not getting the information, so y'all need to doggone find out what's going on. And if you're not, don't give people a hard time because they're actually right and you guys are behind on what's going on. So let's see. Getting back to the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hornet says, no kidding. I went to 5 different targets just to get my Baroness, but at least I only paid retail for her. Yeah, my Baroness. What happened was I was in a Target, the farthest Target away, and I walked in and I couldn't believe it, man. I didn't expect. I saw like 2 Baronesses, the ones with the bikes, so the coil. So I grabbed one and I was leaving, and what I found out was that I had already been on Pop Finder and we talked to this guy, and he said that the shows that they're in, but they haven't put them out yet, and that he was gonna hold one for me. So I had a Baroness, and let me tell you, I had a Baroness early in the morning at this other Target. I got it like around I think like at 9. I got it. So I'd already came home and I was good. I was like, yeah, I got my Baroness, and it's like 1 o'clock. So I'm looking at Pop Finder. Was going into 1 o'clock. So I'm looking at Pop Finder and I'm seeing that it's still there, still showing there. I'm looking. I said, man, let me go look and see. So I went to the store, and as soon as I was going, the guy that said he was gonna hold it gave it to this girl that does most of the stocking. She knows, like, pretty much. Now I know that she knows majority of what goes on with all the figures and stuff. Um, so as soon as I came, he had reminded her, and I had talked to her. He gave it to her, and I have talked to her many a time. So when I came in, she knew I was looking for it. I asked her, and as soon as she turned around, she had it in her hand and gave it to me. So I lied, thank you. So I had me too. And so what I did was, since I knew people needed that, I already had one. I just went and I sold it on eBay, and I didn't sell it for no crazy price or nothing like that. I sold it. I think I sold it for like doggone like $60 or something like that. I think because other people, they were selling it for like 200, 160 and stuff like that. So I just sold it for 60 just to make a little profit of it. Cause I was like, shoot, I got mine. I don't need another one and whatnot. So I wasn't thinking about troop building the Baroness at the time, or doing something else. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. Let's see. Brick Seat. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about Brick Seat. That's another one that people used to go to a lot. Yeah, let's see, Sky Raider, all facts. That was hella annoying pre-order like crazy now. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Doggone going from store to store just to try to see, and then sometimes you don't, or what would be crazy, you would go, and as you're walking, you'll see somebody with them in their buggies, or see somebody with them leaving out the store in their bags and stuff, and you're like, ah, man, if I was a little sooner, if that light didn't catch me or whatever. So that would suck as well. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Uh, I was let's see, Honda. I was forced to get the 3 pack just to get a regular Cobra Viper because I couldn't get any of the Cobra Island ones. Honestly, the Python Viper was easier to get and more plentiful. Yeah, it definitely was. The Python Viper, I was surprised at how big a supply that they had for those guys. Yeah, it was very, very big. For all the Python stuff, all the Python and Tiger Force, everything was like real easy to find. And then once it was all gone, they refilled it real quick. So that's something else that was a trip. Yeah, that was an awesome outcome. Yeah, that was funny. The thing that topped it off at one of them, man, I had my kids with me while I was going through, and I was just explaining to them. I was like, you don't have to accept no just because everyone else is told no. That doesn't mean you have to take no if you're in the right. I said if you're in the right, you know what I'm saying. You fight for what you want to fight for, not physically, but as long as you have all your ducks in a row, man, don't let nobody tell you no. As long as you're not hurting nobody and you're doing the right thing and stuff like that, it's all good. Yeah, when the managers are cool, that's always a good thing when the managers are cool. I've came across a couple of them, not many, but I came across a couple that were real cool. And I was asking about it, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be one of the hottest lines I got coming out in a while. And we was talking, he's like, yeah, I had me a GI Joe back in the day. Yeah, but these are 6 inch figures now. They're not the little ones like when we grew up. And he's like, oh really? I was like, yeah, man. I said, man, these things now, cause I was like, cause everything else has changed. GI Joe should have changed a long time ago. I said, Star Wars, they went up in size. Transformers, they adjusted and whatnot. I said, everything has changed except for GI Joe. So now they back with a vengeance, man. And so I was like, this is gonna be one of the biggest lines you got. A lot of people gonna be coming in here asking for these things, man. So he's like, I appreciate the heads up. So yeah, so it's always cool when you get a manager that's not an a-hole, man. Yeah. Say Sky Raider has some good results and help at times to target some of them look out at times. Yeah, sometimes if you're lucky, man, there'll be some people who will look out for you or just look out for people in general and get stuff, man, because they know. Because some of them are now realizing, or even back then realized that they're scalpers and stuff like that, and people are hiding stuff. And it's unfortunate sometimes you gotta hide stuff because some people not like I understand that like because like I troop build right, so I troop build, but if there's like say if there's six troop building figures there, right, I may get four, but I'm not gonna take all six because I know somebody has been hunting just like me to try to get at least one. So I'm gonna leave people with the opportunity to get at least two. You see what I'm saying? So that was just how I looked at it. Everybody's different, and some people be like, "Man, bump that! I'm gonna get them all." And you should have been here earlier. And yeah, and I get that, but what I'm saying, there'll be times karma comes and goes. There'll be a time when you'll really want something, and you'll keep missing out because of that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not telling nobody what to do. You do what you want to do. That's just how I roll, man. Because I would want someone if they had the opportunity to leave two or at least one for me to get, and I take them all. So that's why I do that. No biggie. Uh, let's see. Let's see. That Viper was scarce as heck, though. Like you said, I'd rather just pre-order no more of that nonsense. Yeah, man. I mean, I love finding stuff in the wild, but and pre-order is like irritating and this and that. But I think this is now where we are with a lot of stuff pre-ordering, and it makes it a lot easier. You don't have to keep continually driving all over the place to try to find this or find that because gas, the price of gas ain't really going down, and so all it does is you just keep driving and driving and driving, spending more and more money, and then sometimes you coming up with big old goose eggs after you done driven all day or half a day or 30 minutes out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So the pre-order thing, even though some people don't like it, I look at it as is you take the good with the bad. It could be a whole lot worse. You could have still been driving all around. At least now you have it locked in. And if you come across it, and the good thing is if you come across it in the store, if it's one of those things that's in the store, if you come across it in the store, you can always purchase it in the store and then cancel your pre-order. So that's another plus right there. Let's see. See, I troop build too, but I need to severely restrict myself because the 112 scale gets expensive quickly. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does get expensive. It definitely does. It does. So yeah, like I said, man, you gotta pace yourself and figure out what you're gonna get. Now I try to keep my stuff at I try not to go over 8, between 6 and 8. I try not. The Crimson Jones. I went over. I know, man. I when I'm finished, I'm gonna have. But I just really like the way the red pops off of them. I was always waiting for them to make the Crimson Guards. So with the Crimson Guards, including the silver face paint and face plate and the black one. I think I'm gonna have when those from Walmart comes in because that's all I'm waiting for now. I think I'm gonna have like 18 or 19. Yeah, I'm gonna have like 18 or 19, and then that's still not counting the bats, the Crimson bats. So yeah, man. But the Crimson Guard stuff, man, yeah, I went over. So that's a lot of bread spent. So, but it is what it is. Yeah, the when it came out for the Crimson Guard, I had did like a short video. It was real quick because they said you could only get like two, and what I found out was like you could only get two at that time, and then once you go out of your order, once you finish your order, if you was to go back in and try to order, you could order another two. You finish that order, you could go back. You could do that until whenever. So I put a quick video out, to tell people to do that. So I got like I think I was able to get six, and I was telling a bunch of people. I just kept I would go in and I tell people I was like go back in. You're still able to go back in, and I told a bunch of people also about when they first did the Serpentor. I said I think I put a quick video out as well for him. If I believe I did one for him as well, where I was telling people to go back in because they were saying you can only get one, I think. And then what it is if you went in and because I got another one for my son, and so what I did was I ordered it and I went back in and I was able to get him as well, get another one. So it just depends. The Crimson Bat, yeah, I was able to the Crimson Bat. So I have two Crimson Bats now, but that's because I got them off of eBay. So yeah, the pre-orders are where things are going now, man. Yeah, it just is what it is. It's where we are now. So let me back up a little bit. So Hornet one, yeah, it sucks. It's more economical to buy more Viper 3 packs than hunt down individual Vipers in the aftermarket. Yeah, I was only able to get I had four, right? I got three, and then one was sent to me. A Viper was sent to me. Now, originally, I was able to get a hold of when they said you could only get one. I had a way back then, and it wasn't stealing. Where I was able to get additional Vipers. I didn't steal or nothing like that. I paid for them. I paid for them. So I was able to get three Vipers. So what I did was I went and I bought a Viper. Because they wouldn't let because the man, in fact, the manager brought them out, and the people who was in line tried to get more, but we would only get one. So I bought one. I went to my truck. I always keep jackets and hats and stuff like that in my truck just in case. So I went to my truck. I put a hat on and a hoodie, and I came back in. I went a different way. grabbed one, came back, bought that one, went out, and then came and then changed into another outfit, came back and bought another one. It went out, so I had three. So what I did was one of them was for me, the other two was for one was for Iron Ken 3000, and the other one was for Casual the Toy Collector. So because they were at that time, nothing was showing up in their city, and so I got two of them. I got those two, and I sent it to them. So yeah, I man, yeah, back then it was crazy. Yeah, so I had to do the same thing. So I only had four, and then I bought the Viper 3 pack. One because I wanted the officer, and then my regular Vipers were just looking like real thin, man. I like my troopers were. I had a lot of troopers, and then the alley Vipers. I have six. Yeah, six alley Vipers, and then the Crimson Guards. I got however many I got. I gotta look at it again. And then I only had like four Vipers, four regular Vipers. I was like, that sucks. So I went ahead and got that 3 pack, which helped a big bit. At least I ended up with like seven then. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see, Zartan Cold Slither. Oh man, that's funny. That'd be crazy if they make those, man. That's funny. I just wish toys were produced the way they were when we were kids. It was quicker. Now this way stuff annoys me though. Yeah, yeah, it is crazy, man. Yeah, it's just how stuff is, man. We just have to adapt. We just have to adapt and roll with it. Let's see. Hold that one says smoke screen the man with the plan. Yeah, man. I had to get them Jones because matter of fact, at the time, man, the three of us was on the phone, and I had and so we had the plan that whoever was able to score was gonna try to get them for at least one for us. So we went ahead and we went in. They came up empty, but I was able to get them. And matter of fact, another time I was able to go back, and I was able to get two more. So I had for one for Cass, and then one for Iron Ken as well. So I was able to get them guys two. Now that particular time, no, I got a there was a goose egg. I didn't get none, but it was all good because no, I had four targets in my store, so I was like, I'll run across one. I said I'll run across another one, so it all worked out. Chill out, man. Calm your nerves. So that's how that worked out. But eventually, like I said, I was able to get more. It was all good. The man said the skies. Yeah, I guess Zartan ain't got nothing on me, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was back in the day, man, when this classified first jumped off, man. I, yeah, we all was doing some moves. Yeah, I had disguises left and right. Yeah, it was just one of them things because at that time the email I had that was no good anymore, so I couldn't use that anymore. And I had and by then they were staying with um the street date stuff. So there was no getting around that except for me, you know what I'm saying, pulling some Supermans out of the phone booths, so to speak, to get that stuff, man. But it worked out. It worked out. It worked out. Oh man, some of the stories I know everybody got stories. But some of the stories, man, used to do to get them to get them things, man. To get that toy crack. Boy, I tell you, it's a trip. But yeah, the it's good and it's bad in regards to this stuff right here, man. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Don't let it consume you, man. Don't put yourself in debt trying to get these things, and don't try to let these quote unquote influencers get y'all into thinking that you have to get this, you have to get that. Now, again, that's I you can see I don't have that many followers, man. I appreciate the followers that I have, but I don't have a big following like a lot of these other people. So I just tell you what I think about it and how I feel about it. Like this Thunder Tank, man. To me, to me, it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. This Thunder Tank is everything that I ever wanted it to be and look like when I was a kid. And so I didn't have, and now I know I don't have to rely on my parents to get it. I can get it myself, and I don't have to explain it to anyone. So again, don't let these influencers convince you that you have to do this or you have to do that, or take whatever they say, man, with a grain of salt. I say listen to what they say to kind of keep you abreast of what's going on. Look at other reviews of people, and if you know someone that actually has whatever that you're looking at, ask them what they think. If you can get your hands on it to see it for yourself, that's a definite plus. But yeah, don't let these guys, man, make it seem like you have to buy every single thing that a company comes to, because if this they're not paying for it. And if they are paying for it, they're definitely not paying for it like we're paying for it, the regular consumers out here. So it is what it is. Yeah, it can be worse than jumping through hoops, man. It can be worse than jumping through hoops, because it's just like even now still, with all the messes, like y'all have had some years now to get this together, right? Again, everything's not gonna be perfect, so that's thrown out the table. But some things you just like, it just don't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense for the lady Emily. She just doesn't make sense to me in regards to why she appears to be the one who's in charge. I can't remember what her title is, but it seems like she's in charge. I know that guy, Lenny, I think it is the one with the beard. He appears to be a true fan of GI Joe, but that woman, whatever her name is, she seemed like, well, they don't seem, she don't have a clue about GI Joe. She don't have a clue, so I don't know why she's anything to do with this at all. Triple Bubbles, I think I think I might just stop at four triple bubbles, because I know, because I got a bunch of vehicles that I call take it to the chop shop so that they fit, and then stuff that they'll probably come down the line that I'm gonna get. But it might be, but it'll probably just be four, because if I remember right, the Televipers are with the trouble bubbles, and I want at least four. I want at least four Televipers. They don't need any toy experience for their job. She just needs to successfully market the product. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. And yeah, and it shows she just there just to just to get it out. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I can't argue with that. There's a lot that makes sense. Yeah, four triple bubbles. Yeah, I don't see myself going crazy with those. But like I said, the main reason I wanted trouble bubbles, but I don't need a whole giant. I don't need like 10 of those. That's too many trouble bubbles for me. Four, I think, is good, and then I believe that's who the Televiper is with. I believe the Televiper comes with the trouble bubble. So if I get that, I'll have my four Televipers, and I'll be good to go. let's see. We grown. We call the shots of what we do. Yep, we do. You pick and choose what you want to do. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Televipers. I thought so. I thought so. Yeah, most definitely. I like the way they look. I'm trying to think. Who was that I saw? I don't know why I can't remember who had the. Who was that? Man, I got a brain for it. Let's see. Clint Jorgensen got my Thundertank on Tuesday, but my wife won't let me open it until I pass my FP. Oh, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, I'm opening my Thundertank. You can forget that. I want bigger than vehicles than motorcycles. It's getting boring. Yeah, yeah. Just motorcycles. Just motorcycles suck, and it's just a big cop out. And to be honest, the I know a lot of people already talked about it, but I'm just gonna reiterate the what they wanted for the his tank, man. I mean, it's a good vehicle, and I bought one, so don't let me. I'm not trying to say no one should have bought it because I bought one, but it wasn't worth that amount. It wasn't worth that because I've seen too many vehicles bigger than the his tank or the same, or should I say around the same size as the or close to that size of the his tank that um well, I think it could have been cheaper. Now, well, let me take that back. Once I got the measurements and I did the measurements are bigger than a are bigger than the 3D printed his tanks that I already have. So let me see something here. So, but still, even though that it's bigger, it's not big in a way to where I think that it was worth that price. Now they're granted they have all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. But to me, it wasn't worth that. However, I didn't want to take the chance of missing out because the vehicle was still nice and it was still nice, and I also wanted to get my hands on Coco. Well, I call him Coco, Coco Commander, the Mickey Mouse version. So I went ahead and got that. So let me move this out of the way. Here's one of my 3D printed hisses that I got from Casual the Toy Collector. So here's how this measures up to the Thundertank. So the one from Hasbro is going to be a little bigger than this. It's not going to be as big as the Thunder Tank, but it's going to be a little longer and than this and a little taller than this. Let me get a Joe. Matter of fact, Slaughter's right here. So that you can get an idea on how big this tank is if you've never seen a 3D printed one. So there's Slaughter right there. so you can get an idea. So it just depends, man. On it just depends. There's a lot of factors in in all of this. What you want to do, what you want to pay. Is it too much for you? Is it not too much for you? Do you want to deal with all the hassle? Do you not want to deal with the hassle? It's just a bunch of stuff you just have to figure out. But I definitely wish they would give us more vehicles from Hasbro besides just motorcycles. I totally agree with that. Let's see. Thanks for the shout out. The test is March 30th. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck. I only got the his tank because it hit all its tiers, plus a cartoon accurate Cobra Commander. Yeah, yep. I definitely wanted that Cobra Commander, the one that looked like the cartoon. Him having the Mickey Mouse is it's whatever. It's cool. Even if he even if he didn't have the Mickey Mouse version, it was still cool to me. I ordered two his tanks. They're going to be bookends on the same shelf. Okay. Hey, I just got one because that his tank that I just showed you, I got two more. So that again, I troop bill vehicles, people, animals is whatever. So the 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 classified his tank is going to be the lead vehicle that Coco is going to be in for yeah, it's going to be the lead his tank with those around him in the back. So that's why I only wanted one. Plus, I knew I was going to be getting this Thunder Tank, and I knew well, I didn't know, but I had a good idea I was going to get Eternia as well. And I was like, man, I want Eternia. I have to have the Thunder Tank. I had to have the Thunder Tank. I was like, so I don't have to have another his tank because I already have one. Which sucks because they know people want to have more than one. And it's unfortunate that we have to, you know, pick and choose like this on what we're going to do. So it just is what it is. If you're able to get more than one, power to you. I can understand why, but nah, not me. One is good enough for me, and the 3D printed ones I'll pick up the slack. Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking they should have made Copperhead the Python version and the regular one, the SDC exclusive with his boat. Maybe Hasbro will release a budget hiss at retail. I'm thinking that they might do that. I think it's been brought up by some people who I've talked to that they'll probably do that, which makes sense because you know, their goal is to get as much money as they can from us. So they know we don't have any vehicles. They know we've been talking about vehicles for the longest and that we want these vehicles, and so they're like, okay, we're gonna give them something. We're gonna make it funky, but we're gonna charge them more than they want to pay because they don't have any vehicles. So I believe that's what uh, I believe that's what they did. You know, it worked out. They hit some big numbers for it. So I mean, it is what it is. So now since they did that, it's not like they're gonna be cutting prices way back for anything now. They already know that we're willing to pay. So for those people who may be like, well, nah, don't do that. Like, I'm not gonna tell anyone don't get anything that you want, right? because at the end of the day, who am I to tell you not to buy something? I'll tell you that I enjoy it. I like it. If you like this type of whatever, then I would suggest you do that. But I would never have it so it's like, oh, you got to get this. Certain things you can tell the excitement from people when they're speaking about whatever. And I don't know if you caught the first part of the live stream when I actually did the unboxing. Man, I felt like a kid on Christmas Day, man. I really did. I was so excited unboxing this thing. Like when I saw that it was being shipped, I was antsy. I was like, yeah, come on, come on, come on. And when I saw my wife bring that bad boy in, and she struggled, man, I ain't gonna lie. She struggled to bring it from outside inside. And put this in my room. I was like, oh buddy, I couldn't wait. And my son would come in there from time to time. You know, who that's a big box. And he's like, get out of here, boy. Because I was just waiting. I was just waiting. So yeah, man, this is fun times, man. It's a fun time in this era because there we're getting the figures that we want in a way that we wanted, but we didn't know we wanted when we were younger. And so now we get them where we can do all these cool poses and stuff like that, and you can just have fun, man. And some people may be like, man, you weird, man. You playing with your toys and stuff like that. What you worrying about me for, man? You do you. That's what I tell people, man. I was like, because some people like, man, they're embarrassed to say that they collect this or they do this. Look, man, you do what make you happy. Don't worry about other people, man. If you spend your life worrying about other people and what make them happy, you're gonna be miserable. I don't care if I had the money and I want to get it, I'ma get it, and I don't care who don't like it, who like it or who don't like it. If you don't like it, don't look this way. Simple as that. That is how I roll, man. And everyone doesn't have to like what you like, and that's wrong with the world now. Everyone wants to tell people what they can like and tell people what they can't like, tell them what they can do, what they can't do. Man, go ahead and kick some rocks with that, man. So let's see. However, we need to stop making exclusive everything. Just make the larger vehicles HasLab without the outrageous prices. Yeah, that would be wonderful if they did that. It really would. It would be wonderful if they did that. I doubt that they will, because they know we're gonna pay them money. But yeah, that would be very nice if they did. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I totally agree with that. That would be extremely good if they did that. Let's see. So Slaughter's still part of Marauders. As far as I know, he is because they made that Marauder barbecue. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make another Slaughter that looks like that one. Um, yeah, we're all brainwashed adults. Yeah, yeah, we all brainwashed or something. Just like the people who go to them sports games. All the people who go to sports games and everybody who watched the Super Bowl. They brainwashed. So we all brainwashed in some way, shape, or form. It just is what it is. Boy, what you know about the Last Dragon? Let me stop playing, man. I don't know who's gonna license that, man. I don't know who's gonna license that. So now let me ask you this: when you say the Last Dragon, I'm gonna mess with you right now. Which Last Dragon you talking about? Because there's a couple of Last Dragons. Which Last Dragon you talking about? I know you ain't talking about Bruce Leroy. You don't know nothing about no Bruce Leroy. Uh, but yeah, man, that's a trip. How's your Cobra headquarters Thunderdome coming? You did a video on it about 7 months ago. Yeah, man, it's coming, man. I did some pics. Matter of fact, on Shark, his thing he did on Christmas, he had some of my pictures up, on his on I forget what he called it, but he had a bunch of people who sent him pictures and stuff, and I sent him some pics of mine, and he's like, yeah, you're definitely going to be in, and I saw it on there, so it was pretty cool that no, he featured me on there, because what I did was I did a a two level Cobra Island, so I had some stuff. Matter of fact, I got a video up there somewhere, but it's not like I usually do. This one was mostly this one was just pictures. Where before I did video. I don't know why I did pictures this time, but there's a video of it um where I did it, and then also in Sharks his Christmas thing, he did he put it on there as well. So that was cool. But yeah, it's coming along. Matter of fact, the by Joe Fest, I plan on having the second level. I'm gonna be picking it up. This guy is he's gonna be doing it for me. The guy who did the first level, he's gonna be at the Joe Fest, and I had talked to him this week, matter of fact, and he said that he should have the top level done for me, because when he did this, and I bought it, I asked him. I said, what do you think about? Would you be able to do another level? And he looked surprised. He didn't really think of that. So he's like, yeah, I guess I could. So he gave me his number and his email address, and we talked a little bit about it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be. The one thing I do like about it, he made it so that when I got it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna carry this thing, because I had other stuff as well, and he made it so that, because it's all made of wood. So what he did was he made the part of the floor to where there's an opening to where you can carry it like a suitcase, and then all the other pieces that came with all the smaller pieces, the computer consoles and all the other stuff, he put it in they put it in this bag for me, these bags for me, so I could transport that separately, so none of it got messed up. So I appreciated that. Let's see. Yeah, man, Bruce Leroy. That'd be cool if somebody did that. Him is showing up, man. Who's the master? Show enough. Leroy. Yeah, a lot of people slept on that movie. That was a good movie right there. Let's see. Let me jump for class 5. How big will it be? Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of the dimensions. I'd have to look online for what I got. But if you look at my past videos, you can see how big that is, and I think that is if you can imagine another layer. I mean, another layer, another tier on top of what I got. That would definitely be big enough. But even without having the other tier, this level, I mean, is good. Is definitely good. But another level will set it off. I don't need three. Two tiers I feel is definitely good. With that. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, the terror drum. Yeah, I feel you. Oh yeah, I definitely feel you. All right, fam. Unfortunately, I gotta roll up out of here, man. My dog's starting to get crazy, man. I don't need them peeing up in here. So I appreciate all y'all, man, hanging with me all this time, man. How long we been? Man, we've been talking for over 2 hours, or should I say, I've been talking for over 2 hours. Y'all been chatting up with me, man. I appreciate it, man. Maybe I gotta do this thing again, man. Have some more fun where we just chit chat, talk about some stuff, man. I truly appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love y'all gave me, and man, yeah, we gonna have to do this again, man. Have some fun, hang out, man. and just talk about some toys, chop stuff up, man. So check out my videos, man. If you're not a subscriber, man, subscribe, give your boy some love, and like a fat kid in Dodge ball. I'm out, baby. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And just in case you didn't know, that fat kid used to be me back in the day, baby. That's where I can say that, man. Y'all have some fun, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. Y'all be safe, man. I'm out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.